So here we are, as the mighty pike here rings out across the ground, and led out by Vernon Bartlett in the number 13 jersey there for Ngāti Porou East Coast. Looking pretty good from up here. At least the jerseys are pretty tight, I guess, so it makes them look fit. So East Coast there's number 19, Tāne Toa Parata, with the flowing dreadlocks. The dreadlock master warrior, Buffalo Soldier. There's old Captain Morgan's number 6 there, Ricky Kernahan. I referred to him a couple of weeks ago as a giraffe. He took offence. He said he's a stag. So old Ricky Kernahan, Stegosaurus. That's old Ricky Kernahan, Stegosaurus, good Uwawa player there. So as they're huddled up in the centre, the Paikea song dies down. A hushed silence falls over the crowd. The numbers, capacity crowd here today, on one side at least, and one corner, I guess. So they're huddled up there as Ngāti Porou look ready to get their haka underway. Tina, Tākia. No bias here on this commentary set today, even though they just gave me a new East Coast hoodie. It doesn't sway me. I need more than a hoodie to be swayed. Yeah, mighty East Coast haka, sitting at the challenge. I feel nostalgic now, reminiscing back to the days. Metukuna. Ngāti, there you go, the Ngāti underway now. Wairarapa Bush, Ngāti Porou, East Coast. We're going to hear someone trying to out-chant our sponsors. Our sponsors, Ngāti Porou Seafoods. Don't worry about Ngāti Porou Seafoods. Kai for Coasties, KFC. Here we go, as who's kicking off there? Looks like Wairarapa Bush kicking off there. There's can't quite see 15 there for the Tipene Haida is going to kick off for Wairarapa Bush as they're facing towards Ruatoria Township. As the Ngāti Porou East Coast set up ready to take this to the teams there. They're making small gains there, the East Coast side. Be a big challenge for them to go against Wairarapa Bush, who are doing well in Heartlands competition. There's a short kick there, is gathered by, I'm not quite sure who that is for East Coast. A nice little run there, and Gather really cleaning up. Parks out to Ricky, went to Ricky, nice little sort of, makes a couple of yards there as Parks again out to number 6, what's his name, forgotten his name now. No, Jack Richardson, sorry, open side flanker that was, as they scramble for the ball, a little bit of a hustle and bustle over the top there. Number 23, he's not even on my list. Number 23, we'll call him Richard Tuaka, I think. He's not even on the list. Let's have a look, maybe someone was a bit short there. He's got a bit of a nice mullet looking, sporting a nice mullet there, number 23. He's not on my list. Can't see if anybody can message me and tell me who number 23 is, otherwise he's going to be Tuaka for the rest of the game. So he better have a blinder if he's carrying that mantle. There's Wairarapa Bush, Ngāti Porou East Coast now, right on the 22. Went to Ricky to feed the line out. Good attacking position, very wet underfoot. You can see that it's just boggy everywhere. Big puddle in the middle of that line out right there as they go short. Oh, Scott Lazenby is actually on in there. I can see there's a few big changes, looks like. It's 23, the big fella. He goes face in the mud. This is good old school mud rugby. Used to love this game, playing like this, number 8 there. Let's hope it's the right person. That's Buchanan Maxwell, was it? As he feeds it out to Perrin Manuel, I think that was there. They hold him up, going nowhere there. So good defense there from Wairarapa Bush. They hold them up to a standstill in the middle there. So little spins around. It's been held up, well held up there by Wairarapa Bush. They've been given a try, obviously not a try. Scrum right on the 22, so sort of going nowhere there. Didn't really look too much, trying to sort of assert some authority, but going nowhere. Very slippery underfoot, so it's pretty hard to go anywhere in that sort of mess. So, but early days, so it's a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment. A few dirty jerseys there. These are the days you hate to be a winger out in the cold. nobody generally passes you the ball. Best time to be a forward. Up the guts, getting mud everywhere. As the scrum packs down on right just outside the 22, as the halfback for Npec. Npec, I'm not sure if that's the right name. Npec feeds it into the Wairarapa bush. Nice solid scrum, a little bit of good push there from East Coast as they sort of make second five there. Geez, my list not very good. Michael Lealua sort of runs it up, secures it in midfield, and he's looking to kick it out down the touchline. He kicks it into the back of one of his own players as he regathers. Good regather there from number 6. Towie to Isaac, but not sure what the ref is going to call here. Accidental also, no. Just a lost forward there, must have been gone on somewhere there. Good ball again for East Coast to attacking opportunity. So they've got to set up well on the open side there. Not standing too deep, but got a bit more width than depth. See, it looks like for all money they're going to go open side, but it looks like a good blind there, I'd say. Very good blind. If the number 10 there, Rangi Haere, well, if he wanted to come blind, there's a very good opportunity there for a blind side move. Well, we're going to go open, I'd suggest. The nice solid scrum from East Coast there is number 11, was it 11, Taina Portai. Taina Portai, a nice solid run just to settle things down in the middle there. As Ricky Kernahan gets the ball with not much room to move as the defence swallows them up. Pick and go there from TK Moike, trying to do the forward job in there, makes a few metres actually, doing well. Parks marshalling his troops into gear. Is at the back there, Perrin Manuel, I think it is, he's taking it forward. He's got a few good supporters behind him. There's a rally behind him. It's a messy ball. I think there's that Jack Richardson's got his hands on the ball there. He's a wiry redhead, fiery redhead. Old Jack Richardson, not a bad tackler as well for the slight frame that he carries. Solid, pretty solid defence here from Wairarapa Bush, and not really allowing much gain from those little pick and goes that they're trying. A little bit stop-start affair for us. There's number 23, Tuhaka again, and fumbles out to 13, and there's a good break here from Wairarapa Bush as he's tackled midfield. That was Matt Henderson, made a good little break cleaning up the ball there as Npec is wrapped up by a few East Coast players there, allowed to play on, and they've managed to secure the ball back there as open side Ryan Nels feeds it out to number 8, Kirk Tafanga. As, it looks like he's in a bad position there, the Wairarapa Bush player. Looks like, he's lucky not to sort of get a penalty from that there, as number 4, James Goodger, locks it up, and a good tackle there from the first 5, Rangi Haere. And tap and go from Inya, offside there, I'd say, from Parks, but they wrestled it back, and the ref has called it offside there. Never retreated back 10 metres there easily, so it was shadowing him all the way. So a good little arm wrestle at the moment there. No real team gaining ascendancy at the moment. There's 0-0 here at Whakarua Park. Ngāti Pro Seafoods, Ngāti Pro East Coast Rugby Football Union coming live at you. As Wairarapa Bush kick into the 10-15 metre line inside the Ngāti Pro East Coast line. There's hooker Nicholas Hohepa. Nicholas Hohepa looks to throw in for Wairarapa Bush. It looks like it's a front call. No, dummy call, nobody wants it. Didn't look too straight from up here, but never mind, they carry on. Npec is number 12, has a nice little barge there. Michael Lealua as Katia grabs the ball, feeds out to his number 1 there, Sam Gammy. Sammy Gammy. Sammy Gammy going up the Rammy. Out to 15 there, T Penny Hyder out to the open side there. Ryan Nell, who goes to ground there, not a bad tackle there. They're trying to muscle him into the touchline. Npec tries to clear the ball for Wairarapa Bush and does so. Gets it out to first 5, Glenn Walters, who sort of just takes the tackle and is wrapped up around the ground. Good tackle there from, couldn't quite see who that was. Very good, that was Tuhaka again, number 23. Is it no? It's Perrin Manuel, I think, there. So good work there from Ngāti Pro East Coast to turn over their ball. Some very good early signs so far. Really taking it to them, muscling up, showing some urgency there from the East Coast. As Park's not a very good kick, but it's out. They make about 10 metres. If that, it looks like the touchy's given him 5 metres. It could have not the greatest kick, but it's out. It's East Coast ball. It's Winter Ricky lines up to set up his flares of light. 4-man short line. I don't have to get it in. There's numbers. Get it in. Numbers. No, evened out now. Wairarapa Bush onto it. So Ricky Kernan had a very good year so far at lock. Prodigious line-out jumper. Oh, good drive there from Wairarapa Bush. I'm not quite sure who that was. Headgear. Good drive though. He did very well to collect that ball. Gets a little bit sloppy there. Number 7 is that Ryan now. Getting hard to see some of these numbers over here, but they're doing well. Wairarapa Bush have secured their ball. Number 6 there, Tauita Isaac, running hard into the line. Katia feeds it out. There's Lealua. As number 14 comes sprinting across. Old Tristan Flutie was doing pretty well. He's still got the ball, so set it up, and they're coming back this side towards us now. Bumps and turns off one tackle. Good support play there. Katia out to feed it out to number 8 there, Tufonga, as he smashes into the line. Some good defensive gain. Not making too much yards, just a bit of softening up the forwards and that, I guess, in the first 10-15 minutes of this game. Chip and chase. I thought he was going to do well, and he has regathered it. He's done really well, in fact, there. Flutie out to Henderson, is it? Is caught in the midfield, right on the far left-hand side. Is a ranging prop, Sam Gammy. Oh, Gammy. He's game for a game, Gammy. There's old Nicholas Hallhipper charges it up too. Front row doing their part today, this morning, this evening, this afternoon. Here on Whakarua Park, there's running the numbers as Lealua, who pops an inside ball to Flutie. Flutie, or Hyder, sorry. Not the best pass there. Probably could have drew in a couple of tacklers there, but not too bad. Good. A little bit of a wasted opportunity there, going side to side there, Wairarapa Bush. They've made possibly 10 metres though. Now, not sure whose ball it is. The referee's talking to East Coast, so I'm guessing that it's going to be Wairarapa Bush ball. As they look like they have an excellent position to do something from here. I know, East Coast ball, sorry, finally. East Coast ball. Just want to get it downtown. Let's get down, play on the other end of the park. Been a fairly even battle so far. East Coast right in the centre field, and 10 metres out from their own try line, so need a pretty good boot to pick this out to get them out of trouble. Let's see if Haidewa has that boot, or who's going to kick it out. Bartlett looks like he's lined up ready to go and receive that boot and read the ball and kick it. As they take it off the back there, I've lost my paper with all the names on it. So as I get it back now and kicks it downtown, who was that fullback downtown? Ball stops dead in the mud, really, as the winger there, Tristan Flutie now, he looks to take it up the middle as Bartlett, and has been able to tackle in midfield. Now they're right in the centre field, centre. Oh, a bit of an old school ruck going on in there from Inya Katia. Oh, Jaden Milner came up rushing up, he probably had to there. There was a 3-on-1 looming, and Milner up again to make the tackle and get back, and good defence there from Milner. The hooker cleans up there, Nicholas Hallhipper for Wairarapa Bush. They're raking it back. Referee's giving a penalty, coming over the top, saying off his feet. Looked like he was pretty good from here. Old Stegosaurus, Rick Kernahan, the old stag man, or the gazelle. He said he prefers gazelle to giraffe, so we can go gazelle or stag, Stegosaurus. Big shout out for you there, Stegosaurus. As number 10 for Glenn Walters looks to find the touchline. He's got a win on his back, so he'll be looking for a good 20 metres out of this kick, surely. Oh, yeah, not too bad, I guess. He's about just, 22, just in between the 22 and the 10-metre line. On attack here, Wairarapa Bushes. They go for a short line out. They're jumping all over the show. It goes to the back there. Good ball, easy ball there. As Lealua in the middle. The second fire has been used predominantly quite well. Heaps so far. Let's just say heaps. As they go quick hands. They had the numbers there. Some good hands there from the Wairarapa forward and back into play there. Katia feeds it up to the 7 again. Tauita Isaac is having a pretty strong game. as they lose it forward, someone's hand and advantage being played to Wairarapa Bush as the halfback makes a nice little pop pass up to Whanga. So good work there from the halfback, and the forwards are already Lockley, is it? Oh no, McFadden or Goodya. As the prop looks like he's another prop, was he, or is he the blind side flanker? No, there's the blind side flanker there now. Tauita, sorry, we're getting all mixed up here finally. There was a good run there from, Inya Katsia goes short, like 1 metre, less than a metre away from the try line. Some good defence there from Ngāti Porou East Coast as they're looking just to ram themselves over the line. And has he got enough? Too big, too strong? No, short. Oh, so Bartlett runs through, knocking it out of everybody's hands. It's been knocked forward, so the referee's playing advantage. Got a man overlap here. Very good tackle there, but too many numbers there for Wairarapa Bush. Just sheer number, quick hands there. Just had the numbers out wide in the end, drew too many players into that middle ruck area with a crash and bash. And once they sort of opened it out to the winger, they were able to score it fairly easily. But good defence there from East Coast. Wairarapa Bush on the board, 5 points to none. Turned down for what? Oh yeah. As they Wairarapa fans breaking into a frenzy down there.
Number 13, Matt Henderson.
Matt Henderson, was it? I thought there was somebody else that scored their try. I'm not sure about these names. Whoever posts these on Facebook, someone needs to tidy up their Facebook. I was just copying on Facebook, so could be, sorry, apologies if I've got some of these names wrong in the wrong positions. But we're just going to go with what we have. I'm still waiting to see who number 23 is. Let's see if I even know this guy. 23 might be. Maybe at half time I'll go down and change his name from Tuhoka. Did he get that over? I think the whistle went, got that over as they're pumping the sounds. For what? Turn for what? Turn down for what? I hope that's supposed to really getting the music cranking there. As we are 7-0. Not too sure how much time we are into the game. Must be 10 minutes gone. Can't afford any clocks up in Ruratoria for us to have a look at. So I guess we're just going to have to use our old sundial. As East Coast look to kick off our Hairewa Ngārangi, it was a Ngārangi Hairewa. Aroha my brother, Ngārangi Hairewa, first 5 kicks off. Let's take number 4 there, James Goodga grabs a good run up, good few yards there from Goodga. And the Katia does a bit of a box kick back there. Good chases there, the number 8 chasing well. Good, doubly good work there from the man who caught it and the man who gave him the hit, as well as after that. They got numbers out on the left side. There's Lea Luua out to Flutie, I'm sorry for getting his name, Matt Henderson, Tristan Flutie over there somewhere. As they secure the ball inside the Ngāti Porou East Coast. A runner there, number 7 again, was it Ryan Nell. He's making some good yards there, making some sort of semi-easy yards there as they're on the 10-metre line now. Back forwards out on the backs, Lea Luua is 14 there, Tristan Flutie that time. That's our Flutie there. Good counter drive there from East Coast. Oh, but unlucky enough to secure that ball there. They got on Wairarapa Bush hands there, Sammy Gamey, on Sammy Gamey. Gamey. As they make, oh, there was an opportunity there. First 5 trying to feed the hooker. Hooker's not known for hitting gaps. He must have thought he had a second 5 or centre outside. I mean, thought that was a 12 instead of the 2 that it was. He was unable to really launch himself into that hole that was sort of opened up there by Glenn Walters. So yeah, not too bad here. 7-0, as I said, Whakarua Park, Ruratoria, in the centre of the mighty East Coast territory. Heartlands competition, championship being played right here. Sam Parks for Uwawa man feeding the scrum there. Nice solid scrum this time from Ngāti Porou East Coast as they're out to Hairewa. He looks to run it this time. Or was that Portai? Sorry, they've been backed up by Portai. Parks has ball now. He looks to run right. He's got plenty of energy, the old Parksy. As They clear it up there. That's TK Moiki looking, taking his time to sort of get it back there as they line themselves up, get themselves ready. Who wants it this time? Is that Manuel? It goes offload to 23 there, number 23, two hocker again. So they secure the ball. Very muddy. Oh, man down already. Man down, busted thing. I might have to take off my microphone and go down there. It looks like a front rower. Didn't think I saw too many front rowers in the reserves. As the game carries on, they're going backwards a little bit there. Not sure what's going on. And lost forward, so a little bit unstructured there, a little bit just lacking some go forward there, East Coast. Need to really slow it down, get your forwards back into gear, get them muscling up. As Peter Bishop looks on down there, he looks like he's going to be coming on if this man doesn't get up there. Is that Hakarangi? Hakarangi Tichborn could be. Is he the man down? I think so. Not looking too flash, he's writhing in pain, squirreling like a worm wriggling on the ground. Have we got a better team list? Oh, is that a better team list? Thank you very much. Oh, that's the same. Oh, yeah, we've got some different changes here. It looks like the same list that I just had. There's still no 23 on this list. Thanks for the list, but it's still no 23, so he still carries on being two hocker. And he's having a fine game carrying that name too, I must say. Like a true two hocker, storming up the middle. No side steps. Up the Gus. Great to see the game played in mud again. Love the old mud.
East Coast Rugby, like to thank all our
They like to get dirty. I don't know, All Blacks don't know what dirty is anymore. This is the real heartland, the roots of rugby in Aotearoa. Right here in the heartland of Ruatoria, playing in the mud and rain. Well, maybe the rain will come a bit later. Because we have a little break as Hakarangi Tichborn is up now. Some magic water, spray a bit of magic water, it gets everybody. The water is super magic, especially from the mighty Waipu. I think they blessed that water from the Waipu River, came up. So that's pretty special water. The majestic waters of the Waipu behind us, flowing endlessly to the sea. With mighty Kurangi on our backs looking down over us. Smiling down, sun coming out to play now, has Wairarapa bush inside the 10 metres of Ngāti Porou East Coast territory. Midfield scrum. Another good opportunity. They got back split there, so they can go either way. I'd say they're going to come this way as an 8-9 run. So always got let him going too far. Very good feed there from India Katia out to Flutie, is it? He cuts inside Richardson, cuts inside two more East Coast defenders. So good work from the winger there. Katia is on call there well as well. Good work from the lock there. Guga is getting around the field. Oh, Guga, he's good at getting around. Oh, Guga out to Leilua. Out to Henderson, is it? Henderson fends off the would-be defender, gets tackled by Bartlett, who tries to run through and falls on the other side there, as the hooker now, Nicholas Hohepa, straightens it up for Wairarapa Bush. Another runner there, old Max Tafanga, he sort of slips it out the back to Tipini Haida, who runs up and pops it out, and some nice hands there from Wairarapa Bush. Involved heavily all the forwards there. Really getting themselves into this game there, the Wairarapa Bush forwards there, as Tafanga takes it up again, making inches. Inches is all you need. A few more inches and they could be there. There's another off the back there. They're pretty happy just to sort of launch themselves one off or off the back of the rucks there. Sort of straight pick and goes. The line is right there for them as Leilua is tackled over the line, but has his hand free. Plonks it down just beside the post. So just a grinding sort of a try, that one there from Wairarapa Bush. Ground themselves into a position to score and back themselves to sort of have those numbers. So a bit hard on our Ngāti Porou East Coast there. Going to have to really dig deep. Going to have to do some real good smashing of people there. Really knocked the stuffing out of some people. I think the whānau down there, I can see some whānau. Go to whānau, oi! There's one of the brothers down there. You can see them commentary. Oh, the whānau down there. Cheers, whānau. Cheers, whānau. Merry Christmas as he got that over. I heard the whistle go. I wasn't watching, sorry. I was too busy people watching. He got it over. That'll take it to 14-0. So it must be about at least 20 minutes gone, I'd say, there, whānau, on the Ngāti Porou East Coast versus Wairarapa Bush here in the mighty Ruatoria. And as they look to restart again, as Peter Bishop is in a fresh, clean shirt there, number 16, has come onto the field. Surely he's come on for Hakarangi. He wasn't too well. Has got a bit beat up, the old Hakarangi Tichborn. Is nursing some injuries there, nursing some wounds. Getting some attention to him on the sideline as Haidewa looks to kick off, restart again. Really got a nice 10. Oh, Parks could have been right on that, and it's gone out. Could have quite touched it, didn't look, but it's going to be a Wairarapa Bush ball. So it's hard work playing in the mud. You know, you're carrying a few extra kilos of mud and water, so wears down the body after a while. We'll see who's the fittest of the fittest. As the hooker Wairarapa Bush didn't look too straight in fact there, but everyone's missed it. Maybe they need to come to the TMO up here. As good running again. It's a good play from the Wairarapa Bush forwards. They're doing really good stuff there. Their tight five is doing especially good as Tauita Isaac runs up, launches himself at the line again. As Enya grabbed by the dreads. He was grabbed by the hair. Is that a penalty? Are you not allowed to grab by the hair? I'm not sure that's in the rule books, grabbing by the hair. Or a bit high. He's giving the signal. High, I guess that's a high tackle if you grab by his hair. But as they're making a few 10 metres, they're on the 10-metre line now inside Ngāti Porou East Coast territory. So penalty from the hair puller there, not quite sure, I can't remember who was pulling the hair. Just saw the hair come flying back, wrench back. So I keep your hair short and good looking like mine. You don't have to, it never gets pulled. As Inya Katia fires a no-look pass out the back as and then sort of an aimless chip and chase there from Haida is gifted the ball to Ngāti Porou East Coast, who just kick it away again. That's a little bit of we don't want the ball now. That's I think the game plan should be hold on to the ball, don't kick it away. As Wairarapa Bush now, good couple of runners. They're all running using their forwards really well here, keeping the East Coast guessing there of who's going to be the runner. As Katia clears it out now for Walters, back inside for Tawhanga. Tawhanga nice and strong in the tackle and the hit up there, makes a couple of yards. As it pops out, and must be a negative play, I'd say there, not rolling away, the ref is saying. Looks like signalling not rolling away or something, or get out of the way. East Coast doing their best to disrupt, the disruptors, trying to disrupt the play of Wairarapa Bush. As they receive a penalty, and not a very good kick, but it's out. Doesn't matter, they've still got the advantage. Must be a bit of a breeze coming in there. A bit tentative on this kick there. Slippery conditions, so they go for a short line out. It's going to be a runner off the first 5, second 5. I can see, as they lose it, as Parks out the back there. Nobody with him. Where's any support from the East Coast? As they, nobody wants to pick it up. And they easily win that over, as that's a very strong run there from number 6 there, Tauita Isaac. Very strong run there as Katia kicks it ahead. Oh, is that a new man on there? He's got a bit of a flat top too, the old flat top. That's so 1980s there, number, whatever number you are, clean shirt. I can't see you if you want to turn around so we can name and shame you, bro, for your flat top. Is that Soli Malatai. Looks pretty impressive from way back here anyway, Soli Malatai. As they get a penalty, East Coast, pretty much near on the halfway. As Parks looks to hoof it down, gives it all he's got in his skinny twig legs, and does not bad. Makes about 30 metres there. That's pretty surprising for the size of those legs. He does a lot of work on his arms, old Sammy Parks. There's a little bit more work on the legs. As Winter Ricky looks to throw in another short line. It isn't no full line out here, trying to draw in all the Wairarapa Bush players. Give themselves the best opportunity to attack. Ooh, nice ball there. Was that Kernahan secured that well. As the Wairarapa Bush defence lines up very quickly. As TK Moiki looks to just tuck it under his wing. He loses it. and it's but lost. Ooh, a bit harsh there, ref. I thought he lost it backwards there. I would have gone for that was a lost forward from Wairarapa Bush. From this side, you could have seen that. I'm not sure about these touch judges over here. They probably should be mentioning. Come on, referee. No, that was lost back. But it's up to the ref. He's the man in the middle. He's the man with the whistle. He's going to call it how he sees it. And he saw it as a knock-on for from the mighty Ngāti Pro East Coast. And so we have a scrum down about 15 metres inside the Wairarapa Bush territory. It's a bit of a chilly wind, but I guess not so cold if you're out there playing in the middle of it, amongst it. Putting your body on the line for your rohi, putting your body on the line for your whānau. That's why heartlands, all heart. There's a solid scrum there from East Coast, but good running from the halfback and the number 8 combination there is Flutie. Nice solid tackle there from the East Coast defence. It's gone still now. Feeds it out to Guga. And Ryan now looking, Katia is looking to set his backs as they drop it now as Leilua does a little chip in behind. Good chase there from Henderson. He's been able to, luckily fell right in the right place and was able to recover that ball for the Wairarapa Bush. So very fortunate a series of events there to hold the ball. As the number 7 was it, or Sammy Gamey? Number Sam Gamey. Sorry, as here's Sole Malatai. Looks fairly skinny from over here and agile. So just about on halfway now. We've got Ricky feeding into the East Coast lineup. On halfway, 14-0 is our score game, being brought to you live from Ngāti Pro East Coast Rugby and Ngāti Pro Seafoods, the #1 sponsor. Very crooked throw there as it falls straight into the Wairarapa Bush. Nobody wants to tackle, they all stop playing. Those guys that held him up, they've got to let him go once he's on the ground, no. So it could be a penalty, no. Nothing yet, the referee's called nothing there as Hohepa charges up the middle, makes a couple of metres there as then everybody's lining up. As I'm not quite sure who that was, little skinny fella. Oh, it's that old Sole. Well, Sole made a couple of metres there. He's trying to be a forward now. The forwards rumble up now. Katia looks to feed out Sammy Gamey. Sammy Gamey not having a bad gamey. Old Gamey having Sammy Gamey as he not really held there. Tries to get up and get him another couple of metres as Lockie McFadden launched himself at the ball as Leleua. Good tackle there from the two East Coast players there to take him down. As Tauwhanga inside to Guga. And Katia all dropped it this time, Sammy Gamey. Oh, Gamey. Sorry, Gamey, if I'm saying your name wrong. So, oh, maybe that fella's Adam Ross. I don't have, he hasn't got a jersey. What number am I missing from there, from the East Coast side? Let's have a look there. Adam Ross. It's got two, he's a A-D-A-A-M. He's like got a double dam. Adam. Damn that man. So I can't see number 5. Number 5 is Scott Lazenby. The Lazenby is St. John's bringing the stretcher over. So the injured man right back on halfway is that Ricky Kernahan, the one and only Stegosaurus. The stag man is down. He's been deep. Holding there, referee saying, holding on, signalling the hugging action. So we'll see what happens over here. Some vocal support down there from the East Coast supporters from the left-hand Hukurangi corner. It's all black down there. Some vocal support, that's what you want, passion. That's why we play, for the passion, for the love. Heartlands. As Wairarapa Bush, 5 metres inside the East Coast. A lot of rugby played in the centrepiece, really. Like I said, arm wrestle styles of rugby, just grinding away stuff. Must be at least 30 minutes gone, I'd say. Looking at my sundial, sun's gone down. Looking at the afternoon shade, it looks about a 3 o'clock shade. I'd say can't be too much further than, I'd say, free kick here. Something's happened there, or not straight. They got a free kick, tap and go, tap and go. Let's go, who wants it, who wants it? So there was, who was that? There was number 8 there, Buchanan Maxwell. So nice little run there from Peter Bishop, looks to take up he's got good support there from Ross, and Parks looks to set up again. As the one-off runners there's Perrin Manuel, looking for one-offs there. They're trying to set up again. They're just going to muscle arm wrestle their way up the pistons here. Going to be backwards and forwards as Ross takes it up. He's a big boy, that fellow, all right. As Milner on the blind side. I don't know why they're going blind. There wasn't much there. Nothing happening there. It really caused a little bit of trouble. They'll be lucky to get this ball back. No, they do. It's Peter Bishop, been involved heavily since he's come on, looking to insert himself strongly into the game, Peter Bishop. And they've lost it. Oh, a bit of a run into the backside of my player. Oh, just probably getting excited. Energy levels lifting. Not really looking as getting as Tani Toa's being penalised on that one there. So yeah. So don't be shy. Oh, yeah. So we got scrum down. As you can see, waiting. The wind's sort of dropped away a little bit. Now there's a bit of a breeze there. It was they have a scrum. Again, sort of 10 metres inside the Wairarapa bush. Not much movement, again, but side to side. Very hard rugby today, so doing really well to actually hold out Wairarapa bush. Sucking up the energy levels at the moment. They all are scrumming and having that extra mud and weight on you. So looking for a free kick. He's waiting for the ref to give him a free kick option, but it's just been collapsed. Nobody's fault really there. That's Tani Toa Parata. G tries to G up the front row. As they like, let's come on, let's get this. Tied head. As everybody waits, 14-0, Whakaroa Park. Ngāti Pro East Coast versus Wairarapa Bush. You're with your commentator extraordinaire, Richard Tuhaka. I was going to say Matua, but we can say Matua if you want. The Tani Toa ragdoll someone there, looks to throw them out. So get the ball out now to Isaac. He's had a pretty good game there, Isaac. Tauita, as Katia, missed it out to Walters, looks to kick through as our wingman here, Hairewa, no, that's Morrison Soliko. Richardson clears it here for the Ngāti Pro East Coast. There's Hairewa now, didn't really have too much options, just went up the guts there to try and take a runner. Not much spread out there. There's all big popos over there, so we know there's not going to be too much skillful hand action going on out there. As I don't really have any numbers on the right side, there's Tani Toa sort of launches his dreadlock head into the fray. As not releasing, a little bit good player, but he can find himself a little bit isolated at times just because of the sheer leg drive doesn't stop and can be caught out on his own. So he hasn't released, shaking his head, couldn't believe it. As they're very lucky to get to the touchline, and that's half time. That's half time, 14-0, so not a bad half actually. Fairly respectable score at the moment, 14-0. East Coast can tidy up a few things, whānau, and they could be back in this game there, Ngāti Pro East Coast, as they look pretty spiffy on the sideline in their flash tops. Wonder if I can get one of those. I better come half naked next week, they might clothe me. If they can bring me So, some beautiful merchandise though here, Ngāti Pro East Coast Rugby Union. We have down here in Uru Pōhatu some fantastic gears. I can see Lorne Goldsmith down there sporting a good setup of East Coast gears there. Jacket, hoodies, t-shirts, tracksuits, some terrific gears there. I don't know how did Harawira Matahiki get any of his gears? He probably stole those. No mai hoki mai. Welcome back, whānau, Whakarua Park in the mighty Ruatoria, brought to you live streaming through Ngāti Porou East Coast at npec.co.nz for all your apparel needs, your wear and tear, your mighty blue, sky blue colours. You can message npec.co.nz and get the mighty apparel that we have here, brought to you live thanks to Ngāti Porou Seafoods. Kai of Champions, Ngāti Porou Seafoods. Go down there, check them out. Fantastic fish and chips on the wharf around there. So here we go, kicking off into gear, second half of Ngāti Porou East Coast versus Wairarapa Bush. Ruatoria, as East Coast kicking is sort of fumbled there, as Henderson looks to go straight up the middle there. Moike sort of tackles him nicely in the middle in the end. Katia gets it back to their fullback again. Haida is Morrison, weighs up his options, he flings it out to Parks. He tries to use his pace to get on the outside. It's tackled nicely there from Solly. As it feeds in Richardson, launches his 50 kilogram frame into the fray. He's not the biggest of men, but a massive heart in there. Moike fires it out to the winger, Taina Portai is it. He brushes off a couple of tacklers. Moike coming up in good support play there. Managed to wrestle into, as they all get it in the back. Katia sort of taking Parks there well. Not really giving him any room to breathe at all. So good defense and attack here from both sides. And Wairarapa Bush have been awarded a penalty, coming diving into the ruck there. Looked like the big man Ross. He looks pretty muddy now. That's Adam. He must be related to Jean-Claude Van Damme. Similar names, Adam, Van Damme. There's Haida. Uses the wind well and kicks right into the corner, so they're about inside the 22 there. A hot on attack now, Wairarapa Bush. 14-0 from the break. Brought to you from Ngāti Porou East Coast Rugby Football Union. Terrible throw, it didn't look straight from up here. Oh, ref's got his hand out, but he's not sure. No, he's going to give it. They let that one go, as though they muscle themselves up now. Show and go again from the Wairarapa Bush forwards there. They were pretty good in the first half, so they're going to try and carry on that momentum as Tauwhanga out to Isaac, out to Sammy Gammy, was it? And yeah, Tauwhanga, number 8 Tauwhanga, there must be two brothers in here, number 8 and the prop, out to Isaac. Ooh, possibly should have passed that one out to Leolua. Oh, nobody wants it, he gave it to, as Morrison, Seleko. Oh, that was a try for all money. Referee's given a penalty though. That looked pretty good. I don't know. Well, offside there. The referee's signaling offside, so somebody was offside, obviously, in the middle there. And they're weighing up the options. What shall we do? Shall we kick it? Yeah, ball. Yeah, can you kick it? Oh, they're going to go for a scrum. They want to really take it to the East Coast. Looks like. We're going to try and assert some authority upon the Ngātis, the hearty Ngātis, the sky blue. Beautiful sky blue apparel available to you from npec.co.nz. Look them up, the hoodies, jackets, tracksuits, ties, socks, maybe some undies if you need them. Great apparel, they look super awesome anyway, as I'm looking down over the reserves and the management of the East Coast team there in their sky blues. As we scrum down 5 metres out, Wairarapa Bush, 8-9 play again. Katia, 2-man overlap, pretty much dawdles over as forward pass being called there. Looked like pretty much everyone had given up. He was going to crawl over that line to score the try, but it's been going forward. So very fortunate there. A simple 8-9 play there from Wairarapa Bush, taking the blind side. There's a play I'd like to use all the time too. You've got a big blind side there, you might as well use it. So very fortunate there to be let off the hook there. That would look like a try for all money. Bit of wind assisted forward pass there. A defensive scrum. deep in the 22 of Ngāti Pro East Coast. Sam Parks feeds the scrum. Holds at the back, they're going to go blindside. Taina Portai feeds inside to Hairewa. These two have played a bit together, I think, there. Portai and Hairewa. As they feed it out again, is that Tāne Tōparata of his full head of hair, thrashing away like a thrasher shark as Winter Ricky launches himself into the opposition. Peter Bishop again, making inches, gaining inches there. Good drive there from Hohep of Wairarapa Bush, making a nuisance of himself. As a pick and go now from Ngāti Porou. Parks directs his forwards. Get in there, get out of the way, get in there. As Per Emmanuel looks to make a couple of metres there, and Parks out there clears it out to Hairewa. No, that was not even sure who that was. There's Morrison there, makes a gap. Nobody really there. Passes it straight to the Wairarapa Bush man, who also got hammered in their tackle. So very scrappy at the moment, very messy rugby as they hold on to him. Lazenby, Scotty Lazenby takes that man to the ground and lines himself up as Henderson launches into he's been doing pretty good, the centre here, Henderson. No relation to Keith Henderson. So as a big fella here, which one was that? Tafonga. Good work from the forwards here as a big lock forward again, launching himself, old Guga. He's pretty good, old Guga. As they chip over there for Portai. Not the fastest looking of wingers, Portai. It looks more like a prop winger. He obviously hasn't got he got speed, a bit more speed than a prop. There's a big unit. Just have to look at the contrasting wingers there. You got old skinny twig man, Jaden Milner. Not a twig, he's obviously can use that frame of his, and compared to Taina Portai. Two complete polar opposites of wingers. As a defensive scrum, and we've got a new player on the field there, number 18. On my books, 18 is Scott Lazenby. Well, I can tell you that's not him, because he's already on. It's the new guy. Can't tell who it is from here. Scott Lazenby's actually been replaced, so perhaps it was who was supposed to start. Let's have a look. Who else was supposed to start? Or was that Adam Ross? Maybe that's Adam Ross. Maybe we've gotten Adam Ross, but the good driving, line-out drive there as Parks clears it now, as Portai is starting to get himself involved now, so a bit cold on the wing, I need to get the ball. So they've got themselves a penalty, flopping over the top, diving over the top. As TK Moiki picks it up, he looks like, what am I going to do? No, I'll give it to Parksy and he can kick it out. As we have one man who's down on the ground, another man down. Is that a new guy? And there's that Tāne Tōparata. It looks like Tāne Tō. It looks like he's done himself some damage. Is he holding, clutching at his shoulder, it looks like. He's gone. Sam Parks is calling, he's gone. He's gone, he's giving he's dead signal. He's giving the slit the throat signal, he's like gone. I know he's up though, but he's walking this way. He's a bit worse for wear, but he's like, yeah, don't worry about me, I got it. And they fire it out to Milner. Not sure what's happening over there, but someone wants him back. Oh, Waterboy's on the field. Come on, Waterboy, get off the field. Yeah, what's he doing on the field? As a chorus of yells comes from the sideline. The passion. Oh, what a terrible kick! What a terrible kick, but a terrible play there from the wing, the fullback there. He stepped into touch. Well, not really that terrible. It wasn't a fullback either, was it? A bit of the Lockie. Oh, Lockie the Loch Ness Monster. Lockie Loch Ness Monster. McFadden doing his best impression of a winger, and it wasn't that good. As the new guy with the clean jersey, old clean shirt is on, as they ragdoll him and they wrestle the ball out of him fairly easily. Looked like, oh, good hit there. Someone came flying through there. Richardson, I'd say it was. Looks like for the red locks that came through, and he's won the ball back. They're flooding left now. They've got a heap of numbers as nobody wants the ball. Peter Bishop picks it up and runs forward and meets the solid sort of Wairarapa Bush defences. They got number 17 come on for them, Elijah James Pakuti. I'm not sure who that was now, ran up the guts there anyway. Richardson here with his red hair, the fiery red man. as they don't know what to do now. They're sort of nobody calling for us, so TK Moiki tries to run it up the middle. He's a little bit squashed. He didn't want to get back up after that. There's 2 men down now. New man on old Clean Shirt was down, but he's up now because the ball came right beside him. It's a miracle. Oh, yeah, and there he goes. Carry on. Oh, there's old Morrison. Solika. Oh, Solika. Soliko. Here we go. Milner for the corner. He's brought down a little bit high there. They've got nobody in support there. Who wants the ball? Warren Bush pick it up and they go storming down the sideline. So good work there from Wairarapa Bush to get themselves out of a hole as they're scrambling now. Every man in the stall trying to throw themselves in it there. They've got Tofonga. Tofonga looks to go straight up the middle. They're having a good game, that number 8 there. Must have got an offload there, so did very well there. Le'ua. He kicks it downfield and he's got a very good kick. Actually, no, it's pulled up short. Taina Portai looks to pick it up. He don't look like he can kick, so he passes it. And Tani Toa, he's stuck on his own. Portai has to go in and help. They're outnumbered now. There's a flurry of numbers there from Wairarapa Bush's Parks. He's going to have to try and do it all himself. He's pretty fit, old Mr. Parks, as Richardson's back there to support him now. Very hectic stuff there trying to get back and support. They're looking very weary and tired. That's what the mud does for you. Slows you right down. It's a great equaler of abilities, the old mud. It's really a forwards game. They all look like forwards when they're running. Even when they made their break before, old Morris and Saliko didn't look too fast. Heavy underfoot as Tani Tōparata comes to the sideline. I think he might be being replaced. He's done himself an injury. He doesn't look too happy either. As we've got some new Clean Shirts on there. The big fella 17 over there. This is 17. This is Timothy Barbarich. Number 17. As we've got another man coming to the sideline. He was the freshman, was he? I can't remember who's this. Trent Prophet. This fella here. Trent Prophet. He's the new guy on. I haven't got that list with Trent Prophet on there, but 18, he's off anyway. Lazenby's back on. They're not sure what's going on over here. Just put me on, Rev. I'm back on. So not too sure what's happening at the moment. The reserves going on. 18 and 8. Was he just a blood bin replacement? So looks like he's blood bin again. Oh no, it might be another blood bin. So he's got 10 minutes to clean himself up. Scott Lazenby's back on. Tim Barbarich and prop there, number 17. Doesn't look like he's going into prop though. Looks like they've got a full complement of front rowers there. They might have 4 or 5 front rowers. They're going to shove one of them into the flanker, I think. As we're going to get play restarted now on the 22. It's the green machine. Don't have the ball actually. Sky blue all the way. The sky blues. A little bit of sky blues coming out. There's a scrum on the 22. Sam Parks to feed. Everyone's heads are popping up. It's like, yo, Rev, come on. What's going on? Get in there. Deep, dark places, those scrums. Great places for people with no ears and no necks. If you have no ears and no neck, you're suited to the front row, pretty much. And if your head is hard as rock, you're even better suited. There's a good scrum here. We've got a good scrum. Yes, nice solid scrum. A solid base there to work from for Parks. Gets it out the game blind side there with Morrison Saliko. He looks for a gap there. Trying to throw those inside balls. Taina Portai picks it up though. It was a very ugly pass. I don't think he should be trying to throw those balls there. Just get it to the man. Nice easy passes. Ross is it. Ross launches his massive frame into the fray. I like the into the fray. There's a Moike. They've got no one really there. He looks for the long pass out to Jaden Milner, who's not really marked on his wing. He got tackled there pretty well from the Wairarapa Bushman and the offside, I'd say there. Referee's going way back to play an offside advantage, yes. As Wood to Ricky grabs the ball, but he's definitely not kicking it. I've seen his kicking, and he can't kick. As Richardson, let's just go up the guts, eh? With a skinny as fiery, wiry redhead. Redheads are always angry, are they? All pretty wiry and wild. As he gets again, Richardson ducks under the big attempted hit there from Tafonga. As Bartlett, he goes to show and go as well. As they've got the ball now, they're looking blindside. I'm not sure about these option taking, a little bit risky. Probably not, but they've regathered it anyway. So here we are again, closing in on the halfway as Bartlett takes it in and gets smothered, monstered, absolutely monstered from the two front rowers, I'd say. Sammy Gammy. And old Sammy Gammy and his brother Max Tafonga. Tafonga. Absolutely mobbed, monster there. Not quite sure. The reserves down here walking around. I know 18's back on, so he's not sure what happened there. Might have been a bit of a blood bin. Go and clean your blood off. As Lazenby comes back to the sideline now. As we again, another scrum, been a game of scrums. My statistician is not here at the moment, but I'd hazard a guess there's maybe 20 scrums. Penalty count was 7-3 at half time to Wairarapa Bush. 7 penalties to awarded to them. I'm not sure what it is now. I'm not very good at maths, adding up all those sorts of numbers. I threw maths away at after school C. As Wairarapa Bush. Semi-solid scrum there from them this time as Walters out to Leo Lalua. They're looking for the long pass out to Flutie. Was a sort of a big looping pass as the winger actually does pretty well there, Soli Malatai. As Katia looks to feed his forwards there, as that's all Lockie the Lock out to Leilua. As new man 19, I was ready to say your name, Ipele Rayafare. I'm very sorry if I said that wrong. I don't know what Q's, how do Q's say in Fijian? You know, Raya Whakawaya, Raya Whakawaya? I'm not sure. Better stop before I insult you and abuse you unintentionally. He's a flyer. Anyway, Ipele Raya. We'll just go with his first name, possibly Raya. Number 19 that was. As we again, a lot of stoppages in this game today. Have to have super skills, super handling ability in a muddy, messy game like this. As East Coast ball inside their 10 metre, just on their 10 metre line roughly. Sam Parks to feed. They've got an even spread in the backs there. I'd go blind side, my 8-9 blind, I'd probably say. 8-9 blind. They're looking to draw and pass. They should have just drawn past there, I think, you know. They let straight out to the wingman was easy to read. You want to draw them right in, really. Never mind, they made some good yards anyway. They're on the 10 metre, right on the halfway line as the new man. Clean shirt, who would I say that was? That was old Timothy Barbarich. The Barbarans. Perrin, good hit there from the Wairarapa Bushman, but he's able to get it off to Ross, out to Bartlett. A bit better running now as Parks sort of makes a half a gap. Richardson looks out there, there's nobody there to the right, so he's looking left again. Don't come this way, bro, there's nobody out this way. As he gets it knocked down out of his hand, actually, and it's back onto the Wairarapa Bush hand, and he Leilua kicks it downfield, and a couple of chases there from each team, so they're going to put it down. It looked like they were going for it. So 22 as, who's that? Jaden Milner brings it back to the 22. Back inside to Parks. He's going to look to do maybe a quick droppy. It's probably just going to flop in the mud. So we really need to take it over into a clean space so it just doesn't go thud. Looking now, where's his kick? He's going to go downfield. Looks like he's shaping to go downfield. Kicked it into his butt. But here we go again. Oh, inside no-look pass from Moike. Everyone's trying to be miracle men, trying to do the miracle balls. How about we just pass it straight to hands, eh? And numbers good line defence, line speed from the Wairarapa Bush team there. You saw them all coming up. Good angle to be watching the rugby from here. You can see the line speed is very good. Really closing down the options for Ngāti Porou East Coast. As Winter Ricky grabs a good, shows good hands actually from a terrible pass, a low pass. Parks to set off a Perrin Manuel, is it? He looks like a half gap there. If he could only feed it, oh, throws another miracle ball. They think they're the Harlem Globetrotters, playing like the Harlem Globetrotters out there at the moment. Around the back passes. Just take the hit, set it up nicely. Let's get back again as the Wairarapa Bush now on attack in the midfield. Nobody's lost it forward. So unfortunate for Wairarapa Bush there. Man with his face in the dirt, it's probably eating mud saying, oh my God, I just dropped that and lost it for us. It's Tofanga. Tofanga, he's been having a good game. I was at that's the prop one. That's the prop, Tofanga. Tofanga. As we have another stoppage, very stop-start affair. Everyone's cleaning out the cleaning the mud out of their boots. As the crowd, sort of very lopsided, all on one side. Like I said, not allowed to put your trucks out on the field today, you might get stuck. So it's very top heavy, loaded on the stadium side with all the cars and trucks. Four-wheel drive city, I must say. You need a four-wheel drive to live up the coast. Coast of the race. As again, number 24, I can see he's doing press-ups down here. Number 20 is that CJ Fox. And a few press-ups, he must be going to be heading on soon. As they scrummage on the 22, just outside the East Coast 22. Not much movement happening really. Going side to side, trying to penetrate, find some holes. There's a few reserves warming up now, looking to enter the action station. So scrum's gone down, nothing there. Referee calls nothing. Just a simple reset, whānau. There's a number 20, that's not CJ Fox, that's Fabian Kahaki, I can see. So we haven't got the right names on here. CJ Fox, maybe CJ Fox is out there. Maybe CJ Fox is another already as well. So 14-0, we're still 14-0. 14-0. Nobody scored. East Coast came close to scoring, 14-0 to Wairarapa Bush. This Parks out to Hairawa. They're looking to move it quickly, and Morrison drops it, and Flutie picks it up well. Back inside to Ryan Nell. Oh, he loses it forward. Did he lose it forward? Looked like he lost that forward easily. So double knock on there, looks like, and it's going to be Wairarapa Bush ball. I didn't see the first knock on myself, but obviously the ref is a bit closer than me. There's subs coming on. Fabian Kahaki at number 20 actually, so I'm going to go with CJ Fox in 21. So they've obviously swapped jerseys. Because it ain't Mangu Kemp. Mangu Kemp's still down there. He's still here, waiting for his turn to get on as Taina Portai comes off. Looking for possibly a little bit more speed now. CJ Fox, I'm guessing, is out on the left wing there as Fabian Kahaki takes over at halfback. Of Sam Parks going to first five. So there's a bit of shuffling going on at the moment. There's who's this fella coming off over here too? He didn't have much of a game, number 18. No, it's not Scott Lazenby, it must be... Anyway, as number 8, Tofanga takes the blind side move again. And he's made a good couple of yards again, old Tofanga. As, Richardson right in the way. He's got an advantage penalty being played here. He might as well take the whole way. And that's what he does, is he tries to slam the halfback into the ground. He knew he already mucked up, so he thought, oh, well, bugger it. We're into it. Let's go the whole hog. As they line up now, 10 metres out, they're going to go for a line out there. Katia kicks it to touch. Puts them about 5 metres out from the East Coast try line. So very good position now. They've got about 3 or 4 new players on there. Number 18, Marcus Ale. And number 19, we said Epeli Raya Freyaya. I'm sure that's something like that. And number 21 over there is Robbie Anderson. As they maul it up, they look like they've got a fairly solid maul. It's going to go right as it does turn, twists and turns. They're going to be very hard pressed to stop this one. And they were hard pressed. A very good rolling maul there. Good set-up play from the Wairarapa Bush as they pat the big man on the back. He looks like Tufunga, the prop Tufunga, possibly. Turn down for what? Turn down for what? What do you need? You need Kaimoana from Ngāti Pro Seafoods. You need all the sky blue apparel from npec.co.nz. You need live stream from the mighty Ngāti Pro East Coast Rugby Football Union here on Rangitukia. We're close to Rangitukia, the motherland. We're in Ruatoria. As the score now, that'll put it close to 21 if he gets this over. 21-0 if he can get this over. And see hushed silence pervades over the crowd. Oh, and a few yells to sort of try and put him off as he nails it. 21-0. Ngāti Pro East Coast as Mangu Kemp, number 22 for East Coast, who's running on. Who's coming off? Could be Jaden Milner. Not sure at the moment. It looks like he's running this way, Milner. Nobody wants to come off. So, bro, who's coming off? I'm on. As they look reset there. Must be 10, 15 minutes gone in the second half, maybe in 20 minutes. Sun's gone down, so my sundial's sort of faded away. As the referee looks to restart, blows the whistle for the restart. Sam Parks playing at first 5 now. He kicks it nice and high and short. Few runners there as our lock forward there does pretty well. Guga, how can I forget Guga's name? Guga. It might be my handwriting or spelling error, but Guga. It's an interesting name. But he's been doing pretty well, Guga, if that's him, old James Guga. Guja. Sounds like a name from the East Coast, Guja. As they centre field now. Pretty much East Coast ball here, centre field. Good opportunity to get some attack going. They're flooding the right side. And so it might be a trick play, flooding right, and they're going to go sweeping left with an 8-9 play. That's my guess. That's what I'd probably do. I know the winger's coming over this way, so it's probably not going to go that way unless he's super fast. So they need a good scrum here, East Coast, so they can set their backs on fire. Good hook, good solid scrum there. Nice platform as Fabian Kahaki gets the ball from the back of the scrum. Parks at first receiver. He looks for the gap, finds the gap. He wrestles a very strong player there, Sam Parks. A lot of passion and fight. Ross into Perrin Manuel there up the guts as well. Ross again to feed Peter Bishop, but he's met quickly and from the line speed is very good there. Pele Raya as Parks and Richardson tried to come and shooting up the middle there, but they've been given a penalty offside anyway. Looking a little bit sluggish, Ngāti Pro East Coast, but going to find some fire, dig deep, find the fire, and to get you across the line there, East Coast. They're going to go for probably a kick to touch, I'd say. They haven't really got a good jumper, so they'll be thinking about this. There you go. They realised Ricky Kernahan's off, so they're really probably going to have to go to scrums, unless they get Richardson's probably the likely suspect to get him up. He's a bit of a gangly, gazelle-like person you could probably lift up. You wouldn't really want to lift too many of those other big popos. It'd be like lifting a tank. But anyway, scrum, good position again for the East Coast. They're taking the scrum option from the penalty. Offside play there from the Wairarapa Bush. They're gaining a few extra metres. They're doing pretty well. Really just need to score, need something to light them up, inspire them, reinvigorate them, get them pumping. So there we go, there's the announcer, he shouts out, come on Blue. Push, and he's got a few cheers from some of the sideline there calling push, push. So they've done pretty well so far, hold these guys out 21-0. in a slugfest. Really worked hard for their tries, Wairarapa Bush, with no sort of long distance tries going on there. Arm wrestle right to the line. Pretty much all three of their tries were of similar fashion, as Kahaki feeds out to Parks, as Bartlett goes to wrap around, as they miss out, and Jaden Milner comes inside, as he's been held up by the Wairarapa Bushmen. So, oh no, we've got the ball back now for Kahaki, Ross, new guy, Prophet, is it? 18, Prophet. Oh, he's lost the ball, and Wairarapa Bush come away with it again. The new guy's on there, the big fella. Was Elijah James Pakuti, as CJ Fox does a good run there, goes back to the side, he's got a bit of a nice step on him there, fresh legs in, ball pops out there, Winter Ricky cleans it up out to Prophet, who likes to charge the line. Good hit there from the Wairarapa man, but it's good charge there from Prophet, being able to soak up that hit there as they drive forward metre by metre, as Mungu Kemp launches himself trying to be a forward as well, as they wrap around the back to Parks, out to CJ Fox, who's caught easily there. So they just really need to find something a little bit more special than just passing it out to the hands. Really just going side to side, as Richardson now pops it up again to Ricky, who gets met hard from the defence. Epele Raya over there, good defence there, as Ross gets it again now. Parks, and miss pass out to Bartlett. A very slowish sort of looking backs. But they generally look pretty fast, as they're well held up there by Wairarapa Bush, and they're dragging him. Milner was dragged and thrown to the ground now, but he's been able to clear it back to Perrin Manuel to go charging up the middle. He holds it up there, number 17 for Wairarapa Bush, trying to make a nuisance of himself as well. Peter Bishop had a number of runs here, Peter Bishop, not making terribly heaps of yards, but doing what he has to do. As out to Fox now, they have a little bit of an overlap. What can they do with it? Number 8 there, oh no, he's been found, he's run out, as the number 8 there was Buchanan Maxwell. Got taken out, bustled into, stepped out of touch there. Fitzy Timu over there. Referee for the East Coast Club Rugby, Fitzy. Refereed the final this year between Uawa and Tukararangi. As Walters kicks a nice big kick downfield. CJ Fox is back there to clean it up, and supported by their Morrison and Saliko, who does a little bit of a chip and a chase, and a very good catch and gather. Charge down from number 18, Marcus Ale, did excellent well. Not a very good kick there from Morrison Saliko, and has resulted in a turnover. Here we go, the big lock forward. He's having a storming game, old James Goodgar. James Goodgar gets around the park, that guy. As Epele Raya out to Lelua, a chip kick out to 10. Oh, some good play there, but offside. Looks like he was in front of the kicker there. So Solim Malatai was in front of the kicker, I think there the referee called. So it's a penalty to East Coast. So they're let off the hook again. They're going to pull everyone in for a scrum. They're obviously not really backing their line out. They've lost their number 1 jumper, and they don't really look like they want to kick it out. But they're going to. I thought he signalled a scrum, so I take that back. As Parks finds another 10 metres upfield for them. They're just outside the 22 now. It's gone to a couple of Wairarapa Bush supporters there. He got hit. There's one man with his hands in the air. So, yeah, we got one of the brothers hit with a dirty ball. They're stretching now. The supporters of Wairarapa Bush, they're looking pretty happy down there today. Jovial bunch, they brought a busload of supporters there with Trans New Zealand or Wairarapa Bush. There's Winter Ricky, Ngāti Pro East Coast. The ball goes straight down to Prophet, is it? As Richardson cleans it up as well. Parks out, missed ball out to Bartlett. They got numbers here. Bartlett comes back inside, grabbed by the hair. They're having a little bit of a kiss and cuddle at the moment. Bro, you grabbed my hair. It's like, yeah. They're holding back, so they're going quick tap and go. Parks goes again. He's looking for the big pass this time out to Perrin Manuel, He looks not bad. Manuel been just doing all this needs to do, running hard up the guts. Fabian Kahaki, the bull's out there waiting for him now. As he out to Morris and Saliko. He looks for the gap, found a half gap. Another miracle ball from Morris and Saliko. Is get up, bro. You need to go back and make amends for that terrible pass. As Epele, oh, he looked at another miracle pass. Miracle passes are plenty. Everyone wants to be Sonny Bill. So a bit of a hectic few moments there, Whānau, but everybody wants to have a go, bit of tap and goes, bit of miracle balls. Everybody trying to play like it's fine weather rugby, but it's far from it. Here in Whakarua Park, in the heart of East Coast territory. Coming live, Ngāti Porou Rugby Football Union Facebook page. Supported proudly, #1 live stream sponsor, Ngāti Porou Seafoods. Go get your kai, go get your kai moana from Ngāti Porou Seafoods. Proud sponsors of East Coast Rugby. And don't forget your mighty sky blue apparel, available at npec.co.nz. We're the sky blue, the hearty blue. Represent in your colours. Ngāti Porou East Coast. Hey, playing with heart again there at the East Coast. A lot of fatigued bodies down there. As we must be closing in on half an hour of the second half. They're going by my sundial, by my shade, by the hoi halls at the back over here. Look like feeding time. As we pack down 10 metres inside the East Coast territory, Wairarapa with new halfback on Daryl Pickering. Feeds the scrum. Nice solid scrum again all day from the East Coast there. Out to Walters, Lealeua is another new man there, 22, was it Robbie Anderson? I already mentioned his name as comes onto the field. Epele Raya, he's made himself inserted himself well into the game there. Oh no, is that Epele? There's a different 18 there, Marcus Aul, rating it up again to Lealeua. Feeds it back now to the halfback Pickering. A nice little hit there from Manuel, but he bumps and goes, carries on. Not releasing the ball, ref. But no, he's been giving the ball back to Wairarapa Bush as Epele launches himself, crawls along the ground like a gold miner, digging in the dirt. There's again a lock forward, James Goodger. He's having a storming game on Guga. Tafunga to Ryan Nell. So just make it again, metres at a time, 1 metre at a time will do. As they still look hungry, all their forwards. So pretty good. They look like Soli Malatai, who was trying to get in there too, getting a bit cold again on the wing. Fabian Kahaki is able to clean it up. They've managed to steal their ball. It didn't look like the man was releasing there. Richardson cleans it up. Parks is right there. They're trying to spread it wide on inside their own territory. I'm not sure it's a good plan, but if it comes off, oh no. Would have been great if it came off. Just desperation stuff. They're trying to create miracles out of madness. They're trying to see if they can wrangle up something magical to go the length of the field. Not really the conditions to go length of the field rugby. There's Wairarapa Bush now in a hot position to attack. We'll go to the middle of the field for the middle line out as they set up a nice maul here. They've got a very good setup here and they look fairly strong. East Coast don't really know what to do. They're sort of popping in anywhere. They've got an easy drive, just crawling their way to the try line. And it looks like it's going to be a simple try here, is it? No, they come down short as they're like a half a metre out. Who wants it? Can we stop them? There was old Goodga. Goodga went very close as a halfback Pickering looking for his runners. There's one of the bearded man, the bearded one. There's a couple of bearded ones down there. Oh, they've gone through, gives them a bit of a knock. Not sure what's happening. Wif's got his arm out for advantage, and that player just went straight back into the wall. I think he made the wrong option there. Just a wall of sky blue as they get in behind their man now, and he's over. So a bit of a flying wedge styles almost there from Wairarapa Bush as the man goes down. Let's see who's on the bottom there. Tofonga is Tofonga again. The big prop is he got 2. I think he might have 2 tries today. So there's very good work there from Wairarapa Bush. Valiant defence there from the Ngāti Porou East Coast. Trying their best to hold off the attack. So Wairarapa Bush actually playing very good rugby for the conditions. They're playing the right rugby, one-offs and one-off runners and lots of runners ready to go and very fit. It looks like they haven't lost any sort of momentum. They're very keen. The fresh legs that have come on and continued the onslaught, if you like, of driving play. Just a bit defeated the East Coast team, then unable to really secure any good balls. All been messy, so they'll be very disappointed. Should be heartened. They've done some very good periods of defence and some attacking sequences, but unable to really string a major facet of complete play together to get them within a scoring chance. Only one real scoring chance coming in the second half. They came perilously close to scoring in the corner.
Conversion unsuccessful.
But the conversion's 26-0 now to the Wairarapa Bush as the conversion was unsuccessful. Thank you to the announcer, field announcer, as they kick it deep. It's going right down to the try line, so not a bad kick. We just need some chase. Anybody on the side? Down from, oh, great from Milner. Great play from Milner. Jaden Milner. That's why you need to chase, Whānau. All the kids watching out there, make sure you chase. Oh, bad boys. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do? Yeah, bad boys scored. Jaden Milner. Great individual try there. That's what happens when you chase. So all the young wingers and fullbacks out there, make sure you chase. If you got the pace, get up there. You never know what will happen, just like that. Hey, just like that, get a good chase, charge down, you're scoring. In the blink of an eye, Jaden Milner snatches the try. No one had pretty much any time to move. As Parksy looks to convert and kicks it left, it goes wide, sprays left. So great try from Jaden Milner, bring it 26-5. We just need another 5 of those, Jaden. And yeah, big cheer goes out around the crowd as the East Coast awarded 5 points. Yeah, about time. The score was last week, maybe it was a 0 score as well. I think they got a bit of a trouncing last week, so pretty happy to get stay close and get a try this week, Ngāti Porou East Coast. So as the kick goes low, and nobody really wants to pick it up in these conditions, but Morrison Saliko, he did pretty well there. It's only a small fella there, but doing not bad as Fabian Kahaki feeds it out to Bartlett, who shows and goes as well. He's always usually good for spying the gap, the old Bartlett. As a man over a high tackle there's Kahaki, takes it quickly, not back 10 I'd say there, Referee's not singling anything, so referee's saying it was all good. As Ross takes it up the middle again, having a pretty good game. Bartlett sees the opportunity there and tries to launch forward. Richardson at the back there playing number 8 now. He has a bit of a pick and go. So pick and go is the flavour of the moment now as Ross now finds it out, one off runner there, show and go again. CJ Fox, he loses it, does he? Referee's going to play advantage? No, knock on. Knock on, double knock on there. Referee's called time on their game. 26-5. Thanks, Whānau, for coming. You're live on Ngāti Porou East Coast Rugby, brought to you by Ngāti Porou Seafoods. Apparel available at npec.co.nz. And the bad boys will see you next week.
Final score today.
The final score, 26-5. Ka kite whānau, ka kite anō. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Richard Tuhaka, and we'll see you again in the Heartlands Championship competition. Ka kite anō whānau from Whakarua Park. We out.